Alright. Let's see. Looks like it's working okay. Alright. Let's see. Looks like it's working okay. Alright. Nice. Alright, now I just need to figure out the chat. Why the chat box not working. Let's see. So I can do that, but that's like kind of not really the chat, because as soon as I'm going to click Modo, it's going to be gone. So that's not a long-term viable solution. Why is Streamlabs or OBS not Hey Stahl, how's the States? Great, man. Oh, looks like the chat box is kind of working. Except it's transparent. Alright. Give me a few seconds here. Chat box, team clean, boxed, Twitch, old school, chunky, background color. Hey, Holly Diva. Alright, why is the chat showing like that? Because clearly it's showing, but it's transparent. Probably has to do with the background. What if I do that? Let's see, just for science. To be fair, you're not that far from Canada when you're in Detroit. Hey Babu Cat, are we queuing? No, I'm gonna be playing some modern. I'm gonna be little sneak peek. Ooh, Modo settings. I'm not on my computer. I'm gonna be trying a little white splash. See if it fixes our problems. You know, help with problem creatures. Just Path to Exile in the main. And then Stony Silence out of the sideboard for relics, affinity. Also see if I can. My plan against Grixis Shadow is to turn into some kind of almost blue-white control deck and just have access to 4 path, 2 purges, a bunch of snapcasters, and since I'm drawing a lot of cards because I'm cycling through my deck, just hope to draw more removal than they draw creature. So let's see if that works. What if I close chat? Give me a sec. Sorry about that, guys. Probably gonna be at least a few minutes before I figure out how to fix the chat. Let's see if I chat now. Oh, it's still transparent. Properties. Gotta do with the background color, I'm sure. Probably have some kind of transparent background right now. It's probably not what we want. But I don't know if it's something I need to fix in Streamlabs or in OBS. Is Anton J on MTGO the real Anton J? I'm guessing, yeah. Let me see. Could check my buddies. Yeah, he's in my buddies, so that is indeed the legend himself. Alright, that's still not good. What if I change numbers in here? Let's see. 8. Uh-huh. Yeah, no Tolaria West. I kind of want to try a version with no Tolaria West. I just feel like I lose a lot of game but I don't know. I just want to try it once. See how much do I miss it. Let's see. Scooter just little brags, beating up on Hall of Famers. Yeah, you can say it now. You've beaten a Hall of Famer. I'm sure that was already the case though. Alright, is chat not even showing anymore now? Oh yeah, it is showing. Alright, how much do we really care? I mean, I need to fix it at some point. I don't want my Facebook popping up like that. Facebook noises. New tab. Yeah. Probably gonna be another 5-10 minutes. I'm not sure I'm gonna figure stuff out yet, but plus Andy, our good editor, is asking me for a blue-white control list. Let's see, reman, negate, this, that. Maybe. Everyone loves a Sphinx Rev. And what should I cut? Just got a sped cutter, I guess. That was me trying out solitaire. It's a solitaire game. Yeah. You guys might want to come back in like 5-10 minutes. Or you can hang out with me while, or if you want to help me figure out the settings. As you can see, we have a little issue with the chat box. Yeah. Chat box. Background color. Anyone an OBS expert and can tell me what I need to fix? Yeah, the Twitter Twitch links, I don't know how it works, but the title's always like way behind. And then the current stream is not good. I'm gonna be playing blue and splashing white. I do want to figure out try and figure out that chat problem though. Shut down source. No, that's not gonna work. Ooh. Yeah, it's a setting stream. Oh yeah, put a picture that's all black and smart. That should do the trick, right? Oh, dude, I just wanted black background, probably. What the hell? All I want is a black background. I literally can't find a picture of just. What is wrong with me? Probably because I'm using the Norton extension. No, I don't want fucking Norton. Actually, sure that's why. Alright. Save image as black. Desktop. Okay. And then add an image. Black. Okay. Browse. We're getting there. Oh. Screen just went black. Alright, now I just need to size it properly. Holy diva. Clutch. Okay. And I just want that. No, I want it like this. Okay. And then chat, I want it here like this probably. We're getting there, slowly but surely. Except now I think the chat is like unreadable, right? It's like so tiny. I'm not even on my camera anymore, I'm gone. Yeah, running Rune Halo. In Blue White, I'm trying it out. Seems like it could be good. Yeah, this is like kind of this little MacGyver of OBS here. But this is not readable. But if I make it too big, then you guys can't read. But if I make it too small, it's unreadable as well. chat properties, blah blah blah. Maybe I need to mess with the width. There we go. That should be better. All right. I think we've got a usable chat here. Let's see. All right. I think we've got something we can work with. Not too bad. The webcam a bit higher. Here's the tiny chat. Can be arranged. If you want to ruin your vision. Also, by the way, guys, I don't know if it tells yet, but look at that. One sec. We've got a little Christmas miracle going on here. Ready? I don't know if you guys are ready for this. Not sure anyone really is, but oh, what's up, internet speed? What's up, 100 megs of download? Oh, what's that? Oh, just infinite upload speed too? No big deal. Really is no big deal. So, yeah, that's pretty exciting. Yeah. So, blue end splashing white. I'm gonna try a little white splash today. Yeah. Alright, I don't need to have my Twitch open anymore. I think we're good. That I can close. Welcome to the US, yeah. Welcome to a civilized country. I guess I have to change my stream title before I get yelled at. I feel like it's never the regs who yell about the wrong title. It's always the guy who like drops by once in a while is like, your stream title, dude, it's unacceptable. Let's see if my friend was white. I actually have my friend Emmanuel who told me to try the white splash, and I was like, meh, you know what? I don't think it's good. But, wait, why did that not work? Blue and splash white. Done. Alright, I'm guessing that should work. Maybe a little refresh. No, doesn't want to let me edit the title. Oh well. Who needs the right title anyways? So the sideboard is different. I don't have Drakehaven in this sideboard because I'm trying to kind of build my sideboard around Snapcaster Mage. Even though I only have one main, one sideboard, I figure it might make more sense. And yeah, Drakehaven was definitely good. I could definitely fit a Drakehaven in here. Drakehaven or two maybe. Could cut a Dispel. Kind of for... It's the one card when I was brewing on the plane and I was building my sideboard. I kind of forgot about Drakehaven. There we go. We can play one. We can play the second one. Anyways, I'm gonna fire the league here. Ooh. Not on my computer. Might need to fix a few settings. Account setting, input, in dual. Oh, display and sound. Duh. In dual 0, alert. Yeah, let's do 10. Also, I'm gonna get wrecked here. General key bindings. Let's see. Pass. Wait, why is there all this still the sounds? Alright, I'll just go 0, 0, 0. Let's be safe here. Play it safe. Could also practice some seal deck. Nah, I'm joking. I'd rather be dead. I should probably do one excellent draft in case I there's a Mox Open and a Mox Monthly or whatever. Or is it a playoff tomorrow? This weekend is pretty packed. Mox Monthly Limited and a Mox Open. You guys know Mox Open, that's our tournament. Alright, join league. Wait, that's next weekend? Wait, what? Am I 1 weekend off? Oh yeah, 30th, 29th. Okay. Alright, let's see. Move this over here so it's nice and clean. The size looks reasonable. Our opening hand is... Our opening hand is keepable, I guess. Let's see how that white splash treats us. Well, probably not the best matchup for the white splash, but probably not too bad either. Let's see if we can find ourselves a little ancestral vision here. Well, we got the combo. White splash actually not even that bad against blue-white because one of the scarier cards is Gideon of the Trials. And Path to Exile gives you oops, first misclick, new settings, etc. Not a big deal. Alright, why did I misclick? What's missing? I'm not sure why I misclicked. Probably should just not even use... did I even use F6? I don't think so. Oh, he's playing the red version. Ooh, and Geist. Well, luckily, we kind of have the nuts here. That's actually really good that he tapped out for Geist. That's my graveyard showing at all times. Incoming call. Ben, someone's calling you. Alright, I'm not gonna pick that up. Alright, and I'm not even sure he plays Verdict in his deck, because he has Geist. I don't think they play Verdict usually main phase. Why so many Field of Runes? Because Field of Runes acts... It's just a great magic card, first of all, and it actually kind of nice in this deck. It acts as a fixer for the white splash. Alright, I'm assuming he has a cryptic command. Alright, I'm just gonna say Ghost instead of Remand. Exactly. We're holding Remand up in case he has Verdict. Not sure what his plan was here. I don't know if he has Verdict. Maybe sometimes they play one Verdict. What the hell? Why is... That's weird. Is that new? You need to search cards while you're sideboarding. Let's see. Oh, it's too big. Alright, blue-white, let's see. Timely might be reasonable. Timely is actually probably pretty good. Deals with Geist. Deals with Snapcaster, beat down. Let's see. Dispel might be okay. Drake Haven. Snapcaster, Nimble. What is he gonna bring in? Maybe some relics? Not too sure. Probably board out a couple living ends. Probably board out all the paths. I like boarding out Street Trace, especially after sideboards. The game slow down. Can maybe kill you with burn sometimes. Alright, I'm gonna bring in all these cards. The Berber says verdict cannot be countered, I believe. Yeah, it was just a joke, you know. Which islands my sets are from? Which one am I playing right now? I'm bad with symbols. Sorry. Well, you got the symbol now, so it shouldn't be too hard to figure out. Yeah, Jeskai Control doesn't play Supreme Verdict. I guess he might have. They play Settler Wreckage in their main deck sometimes. Alara? Yeah, you might be right about Alara. That sounds kind of right. Yeah, I'm not too sure what I want. Maybe Path to Exile is okay because of Spellqueller. Spellqueller is fairly strong against me. Keep in 1 or 2 paths. Seems kind of weak though. Alright, I'll just go with some Street Race. How can I kid Geist without Living End? Well, I have 2 and I can block. I have a bunch of blockers. Not gonna lie, this chair is nice, but it's having a hard time getting comfortable here. Let's see. Bottom the Street Wraith, and I'm gonna bottom again. Yeah, it is sauce. Was a lot of time spent on the plane just for that. All right, so he does have Rest in Peace. That's why you usually, and that's the clean version at the end. The 2 less mono blue, and I was trying to brew a bridge deck with Grafted Skullcap, but I believe I was just building a way worse Lantern deck. Have I already Obstructionist to fetched? Once or twice. It's a good feeling. Let's see. What do I think about Opt? I think it's way worse than Serum Visions. Basically, a lot of the games you lose because you cannot find because you can't find Asphaltold, and Serum Visions lets you see up to 3 cards, whereas Opt only lets you see 2. And I don't even have that many Snapcaster Mages in my deck, so the instant speed is nice, but I think you're better off just playing more cycling 1-mana cycling guys than Opt in this deck, because the upside of seeing an extra card I think isn't worth it compared to just having an extra guy in your graveyard. Alright, I guess I'll just wow, that would be so good if I attack, he goes to fetch to ambush with Spellqueller, and I'm just gonna say go here. I'm gonna Obstructionist his fetch land. It's gonna be glorious. Oh yeah, we completely wrecked him. Stone Rain, draw a card. I didn't know that card existed. Seems like a pretty good card. Alright, let's see, I'm gonna fetch. I'll play As Foretold, I guess. And, let's see. I want to keep Timely, why not? We're playing kind of a fair deck now, so Timely's gonna be good. Hey MJ. Was that you calling me? Someone was calling on the house phone from Denver. You wanted to say hi on the phone? I didn't pick up though, sorry. I'll tap out for another As Foretold. Why not? That's why I don't want to do it. Give him a target for Spellcaller. Alright. I don't think they played Detention Sphere ever in that deck. But a Spellcaller was, yeah, that was not the smartest. Not a Rest in Peace. Alright. Can never be too safe. Timely's really good sideboard card against that deck when you're playing Control. If you're playing blue-white Control, always probably bring in as many Timely as you have in this matchup. So they're trying to kill you with Geist and Snapcaster and Spellcaller, but yeah. Alright. I guess I'm not sure actually. What should I do? Should probably try and wait till either A, he taps out, or B, he wait, last turn he tapped out for Rest in Peace, right? So he probably doesn't have Cryptic Command. Or did he already have yeah, I think I'm not gonna cast it, you know what? I don't think he has Cryptic Command in hand. Famous last words. Because I think last turn he played Rest in Peace and didn't keep 4 mana up. And if he had Cryptic Command, he either drew it this turn or he would obviously keep Cryptic Command mana up. This happens a lot, by the way. Not every game, obviously, when I see a lot. More than you expect. Hard casting as Serpent, especially after sideboard when devil that crap. Holy Diva says the reads. This guy could do well in PTs. Maybe. Thanks. I'll save my Timely Reinforcement. Are we still not playing in Sunken Ruins main? I tried it. It was kind of okay. I'm not gonna lie. The one game, but it was like, it's okay against super hateful deck. It was like, we were playing against a weird Mardu Pyromentalist, and the guy after sideboard had, I kid you not, multiple surgical extraction, Lost Legacy, Cabal. And I did win a game because I got to suspend Living End with Sunken Ruins. I even got to cast an Architect of Will. I'm not sure if I would have won or lost without the Sunken Ruins, but Little Geist. Should I fight over it? Should I just tap his team? Probably just tap his team, right? Well, he might have Snapcaster Mage. Eh. I don't know if he does. Alright. That was pretty good matchup. I don't know if it's harder. It seems like it should be a harder matchup than regular blue-white control. Oh, I need to update the deck list. I'm sorry, guys. Streamdecker.com. I'm playing white for Path to Exile mains and a bunch of sideboard cards. Export. Desktop. Blob. And add the little star, confirm. Alright guys, should be a little extension should be working properly now. We have a close to perfect hand here. Uh-oh. Is that the mirror match or is that just Grixis Shadow? Alright, Grixis Shadow, nice. I get to see a Grixis Shadow has been one of the hard matchups, and or, you know, Traverse Shadow, whichever. One of a matchup that I expect my White Splash to help me a bunch, but we'll see. Genocide asks, why did you decide to stop focusing on poker as much? I was kind of starting to hate... I had been kind of hating the online grind for almost a couple years now, but I was winning, I was sponsored, so, you know, I figured it was still probably better than having to do something else. And then I lost my sponsorship because Poker Stars France just, they moved their office, they just didn't think they needed us anymore, and, you know, and I also had a downswing at the beginning of the year, and on top of everything, it seems like Wizards were kind of making things happen. They were making, you know, hiring people to fix standard. Looks like they were like showing some kind of newfound ambition, I guess, is a good way to put it. So, you know, I was like, maybe it's the time to give streaming. I was streaming for the Pantheon channel, and I was kind of enjoying it, so I figured maybe it was the time to you know, give Magic full-time streaming and full-time Magic another shot. I was hoping I would also start doing much better in the PTs. Hasn't been the case yet, but I feel like it was maybe like some poor deck choices more than my play. I don't know, but yeah. So that's kind of the gist of it. Feedback is my friend asks, do you have a feel for how often obstructionist is relevant yet? It's really hard to get a feel, but I think it's pretty good. You don't. It's expensive. Definitely, there's games where you don't have time to cycle it. It's not. It's not especially good in your good matchups. All right. I'm gonna take a turn off here. The danger is he might draw a. Danger is he might draw a counter spell, but I mean he might draw a discard spell, but he could also have Stubborn Denial in hand. So just gonna say go. I'm gonna Field of Ruin his Watery Grave, and then I'm gonna cast Asphodel Living End next turn. So yeah, I think the one main deck. I think you want one main deck, pretty sure. Alright, let's not forget to... They usually have one or two basics in their deck. He should not have an island in his deck. Hopefully. Alright, he's playing the crazy version with 0 basics. Might as well Serum Visions first. I mean, does it really matter what I keep? Can't be bad to keep Serum Visions, right? Is Supreme Will playable in Blue-Eyed Control in Modern? I doubt it. The Eastern says no Chalice. Yeah, because I have Path to Exile. There's still a matchup or two where I would probably want Chalice, but... I'm at 12, he's at 6. I'm just gonna sit on my counter spells. I could probably kill him by tapping his guy. Doesn't look like he has much, but who really cares? Alright, looks like the white splash. I feel like it was kind of great this game. I'm not sure if it actually mattered. If I think I might have still lived, but yeah, white splash was pretty good here. Path, Purge. Gonna bring in Snapcaster number 2. The spell might be okay. This matchup's actually kind of different. Because they don't have island. It kind of makes all the difference in the world when they don't have basic island in their deck. Because it's so easy to get them off Stubborn Denial mana with Field of Ruin. So I probably don't need this spell. Remand is pretty bad against that deck. That's probably a card I can board out. Why not Path at the upkeep? You're probably right. We're gonna try other splashes instead, green or red. I mean, I'm open to suggestions. I don't think splashing Blood Moon is especially good. You know, I don't know what I would splash green for. Green mana is good against Thassia and the Big Fish. I don't think this version plays the... They have Goyf. They don't have... I don't think they have the big guys, right? Because he's not playing much blue. Alright, I have 50 seconds here. Is Living End going to be as good after sideboard? It might be. Obstructionist is probably bad against him. Repeal is probably not the worst. Drakehaven might be reasonable. Could board out Street Trace. Could board out a Living End too. I'm gonna board out a Living End. Thing is, they have a lot of discards, so a lot of the time they get your Asphodel, and then your Living End is useless because you can't cast it. Is there a world where we want more Drakehavens for a transformational sideboard? Thing is, Asphodel has a lot of value in almost every matchup, even after sideboard. And you know, Living End is not completely dead, even if they have Rest in Peace or something like that in play, because it's still a sweeper. So I have 2 Drakehavens in my mono blue sideboard right now. This one I had to make space for other stuff, so yeah, he's playing Traverse Death Shadow. This hand's actually not that great. It's really slow. I think I'm just still gonna keep, but hopefully he has a slow draw with a lot of discard spells and not a lot of action. I was almost hoping he had a discard spell in hand. But if he has a Goyf next turn. Gives me a fast clock. All right. All right, we need a path up the top here. Living End Flooded Strand. How about bottom? Am I just dead? Looks like he might have Temur Battle Rage in hand. Okay. That makes sense as well. Alright, so what's more likely? My top card is a path, or that I'm kind of screwed regardless. He can make his Death Shadows 10/10s. If he has another fetch land, I'm dead. Yeah, I just probably can't win this game. Maybe I was even supposed to keep the first living in and hope I drew as foretold. Not sure. It's a lot of damage. I guess Stubborn Denial is still good because all he has to do is keep up a fetch and just fetch the turn he needs to cast Stubborn Denial. I wonder if Drake Haven is actually exciting at all. I think Repeal is kind of whatever. Maybe Obstructionist is okay. He does fetch all the time, every turn. And a free one flyer can be good against Grixis Shadow to get too low. Dispel to stop the Battle Rage. More to stop a Stubborn Denial, but I don't think I have enough targets for it. So I'm basically trying to still play my combo as foretold and living in against him. And I'm buying time by having a bunch of removal. Trying to figure out if I want Obstructionist against him just for fetch lands. And eventually cast it. Yeah, Repeal buys a tiny bit of time. Yeah, wonder if Drake Haven's good enough too. Probably not. Alright, I'll do Repeal. And listen to my tier 1 viewers. Holy Diva and D-Stern. Remand's kind of okay on the play as well. Remanding a Goyf is kind of nice. Dot Canvas says, I've been playing this deck a lot in the last 2 weeks and ended up really liking a couple of Sidisi's Faithful. Thoughts? I haven't tried it. Do you play them main or do you play them sideboard? I could see, you know, them being better than something like Bottle Gnomes in the sideboard, even though they're for different matchups. They would probably both be good against Burn, you know. 04 turn 1 or Bottle Gnomes, probably about the same value. The Faithful might be good against something like Humans. I didn't get to try them yet. I feel like they would be a bit underwhelming, but I'm not sure. This matchup's the reason to run Chalice in the board. Yeah, I feel like Path to Exile is pretty great against them though. His draw's kind of weird. He's not doing much. My internet's blazing fast here. I don't know how good the desktop is though, how old it is. Seems like it's okay right now. Wait, are we still in my main? Is he baiting my Field of Runes? I mean, I think I kind of... Wait, when are we? Whose turn is it? Oh, it's his turn. Wait, what? I'm confused. Bob the Depp. Is he just baiting my Field of Runes or what's going on here? I guess I'll click his draw step. Oh, wait, what? Why do I have 1 mana floating? I'm just super confused. So Dot Canvas says, I was playing 2 main instead of Visions because I was playing the sideboard Chalices and they were still playable if I boarded in Chalice. Great against Burn and was solid against other decks that could put creatures in the bin after the living end. Seems kind of narrow to me. Why not cast Asphodel? Because I'm worried about Force Spike, right? I don't know, I was just worried about Force Spike. I don't really know what's going on here, honestly. I'm kind of confused, but I guess I'm gonna fall for it. Yeah. Seems like he's kind of baiting me, but I'm also extremely confused. I don't know, sometimes people fuck up, right? Sure. 1/2 Goyf. And a Depth Shadow. Huh. Alright, let's see what we draw. Cycling Guy would be nice. Ooh. What about 2 Cycling Guys? What's better than 1 Cycling Guy? Alright, not that lucky. Let's see. I don't think I'm in a hurry, right? Just play As Foretold and say go. I could path the Death Shadow right away. Oh, that seems bad. Oh, you guys mentioned Abrupt Decay. He could have Abrupt Decay. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and do it right now. What if he has an Abrupt Decay? Do they play Abrupt Decay? Looks like they do. I figured with Path in hand and Visions coming up, I was just far enough ahead. Let's see. Now he gets to Stubborn Denial. Okay, he doesn't have it. Alright, looks like we win. I think playing As Foretold on turn 3 is just horrendous, right? I was only thinking about Stubborn Denial, but if he has Abrupt Decay in his deck as well, oh man, it's just so bad. Yeah. I didn't even need it. Did the Path to Exile even matter this match? I didn't cast it in the third game. I feel like the Traverse version is probably an easier matchup than the Grixis Shadow version, though. Do I know my win percentage was this deck? This one, 100, 2-0. But was Blue N in general like 62, between 62 and 65, I think. The first game I got a Death Shadow, but I don't know if it would have killed me. He would have definitely gotten me really low. I don't know if I actually needed a Death Shadow, and also I'm playing Path. I'm basically playing Path over what would probably be Architect of Will, like cycling cards. Seems good. Ooh, little Dredge. Little Dredge action. Dredge seemed like a horrendous matchup last time I played against it. Actually, I think the match was kind of close and I punted, so maybe not. Maybe horrendous is not the right word here. All right, we have the classic decision here. Is turn 5 Ancestral Vision gonna be any good at all? Or do I need to try and combo him as fast as possible? Problem with comboing him as fast as possible is that it's not even that good. I think you need to set yourself up where you're casting a huge Living End and you have Cryptic Command in hand. I don't even want to take the extra 2 damage here. I think I'm going to be casting Path right away anyways. I'm just going to be a bit greedy here, and I'm just going to go with the Visions plan. Fried chicken or sausage and peppers for dinner? Twitch picks dinner. I mean, can't go wrong with fried chicken. I don't know about that sausage and peppers. Well, I mean, sounds great too, but, you know. What win percentage do you think you would need on Magic Online to feel comfortable with the deck at the PT? I think it depends on the format. Basically, I think Canister wins 70% of his matches with Lantern on Magic Online, so I think I would be happy with 70%. Because people don't always play very well on Magic Online. Alright, let's see. Definitely want to keep the Flooded Strand. Question is, do I want Field of Runes as well? Also, don't want to get Hallowed Fountain or Plains. Too many decisions. Field of Rune's not super effective against them because not only do they have basics, but they also have, I guess, pretty mana confluences. They also have Life from the Loam. Gonna be a bunch of Bloodghast coming my way next turn. One of the top 10 most handsome Magic players upgraded his cam. I don't know if it's the cam. It's the same cam. I think it might be the internet connection. Or the lighting. But I'm streaming from the US and I have 100 megs of download and like 20 or 30 of upload, so it's kind of great. Is Dredge a crappy matchup for us? It does seem like it's a crappy matchup for us, yes. I guess I'm gonna fetch anyways. I'm sorry guys. I've literally been thinking like over a minute for a non-decision. that was not good. Faster internet equals more handsome Gav. Maybe it's that nice little V-neck sweater. Just shows off my beautiful neck. That could be it. What are my thoughts on Mono Green Stompy? I mean, it was pretty good in like 2000 or 2001. That's about what I have for you. I used to test at RIW Hobbies with Chapin and Heezy, right? I wouldn't say we tested there, but I tested Wisdom and we went to RIW. Sometimes I would say I'm friends with Spam, good friends. I mean, I don't see her very often, but she had my PT trophy, I think, for a while in her shop. Alright, how relevant is the 2 damage here? I'll just go with Plains. Damage is pretty relevant because they have Conflagrate, all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, this game does not seem like I'm going anywhere. I don't think Pav's gonna be nearly good enough to help me win. Did I get her my trophy back from her before her shop burned down? Yeah. I actually think I've lost. I don't have all my top 8 PT trophies. Pretty sure I've definitely lost. I might have lost the one from my first PT top 8. I don't know. All right, I'm at 15. I'm gonna go down to 10. This is kind of looking grim. Who is MJ? Classic Twitch question. Who's MJ? Michael Jordan? Close. You probably need to have either a bug or a crypt in your main deck to have a shot at beating Dredge game 1. And even then, you're probably still a decent underdog. Little Frenchy Brad Pitt keeper has been crushing it with Dredge in the leagues. He got his Dredge deck list published twice in like 4 days or something. So anytime this happens, people are like, "Wow, this deck is great." You know, they see the same guy show up twice in like 4 days in the 5-0 deck lists. Plus, Dredge has been. I think there was 2 in the last top 8. Asmodo top 8. Yeah, just been doing pretty good in general. All right, I'm in good shape here. We got this. Alright, that was not close. Only 1 basic. I only have 1 planes if that's what you're asking, but alright, so Surgical, Snapcaster. I was thinking maybe just go Purge Path Timely, but I'm not even sure that does anything for me. Maybe I just don't even bother. Maybe I just hope I do a Surgical Snap. Or that I go off. Timely might be okay. Path seems miserable. Purge seems like it could be okay. At least giving him the land is kind of a big deal. Giving him the land is definitely relevant. They don't play fetch lands. Yeah, Timely buys you a bit of time. I definitely bring it in when I play blue-white, but kind of different game plan. Timely or Purge? Is it Obstructionist like a Time Walk? I don't think it works, right? Setting up the Wreckage would be good in the board. It would be, but I can't really cast it. I might be able to. 4 fetches, 4 Field of Runes, and I'm cycling a lot. I was thinking about it. Seems a bit greedy, but yeah, Dredge is an inactivated ability. Yeah, I don't think Obstructionist works against Dredge. I'm gonna go with Timely. See what happens. I mean, sure, I'll keep. I actually kind of want to draw Island, right? You guys might notice I'm fidgeting a lot. It's because I'm not super comfortable. I don't have my 1500 euro chair. It's not bad, but it's. I'm also wearing jeans. Oh my god, why am I wearing jeans? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna save it for. I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna save it for now. Alright, he does not have the nuts, it seems. Rayman would be pretty good. Alright, I'm actually... On the one hand, I want to make sure I hit Island. On the other hand, if I draw Rayman up the top, it's like really good for me. I'm gonna just cycle before Serum Visions and be a bit greedy, see if I can hit a Rayman. Oh, there we go. Greatest to ever do it, boys and girls. Oh yeah. No big deal. The plays. Probably still gonna get crushed, but moral victory here. Streamers wear pants. Yeah, I have pants on. I don't just stream in my underwears out of respect. Plus, I think sometimes you get up and probably. And he dredged a faceless looting. Too bad I didn't do it again. What if I had another Rayman? Just break his break his will. Hey, Raphael from Brazil. Is Cruel Control a deck in Modern? Yeah, I think Cruel is I mean, Control in general is an okay place right now. And people have been doing okay with a Cruel Control. Or, you know, Grixis Control without the Cruel Ultimatums. Maybe playing Cruel Ultimatum is a bit greedy. But, you know, people have definitely been doing good with Grixis Control. Corey Burkhart, I don't know if you heard of him. He plays a lot. He got I think he got a top 16 or top 25 in the last GP was Grixis Control. So you could check his list out. Let's see what this guy has. Prize Amalgam and no Bloodghast for now. Let's see. Here's another looting as well. I guess I'll just Serum Visions first. Alright, looks I think I'm in a really good spot. So I'm gonna top I guess. I don't think it matters. Actually, it does matter, and it doesn't matter. Play As Foretold. Oh, that was bad. Oh, I forgot they played he might have a Pulse in his hand or an Abrupt Decay. I was playing around discard spells, but he's way more likely to have something like an Abrupt or a Maelstrom Pulse in his hand than he is to just play a discard spell. That was awful. Black. Ooh, Ravenous Traps. I need to be careful. So Ravenous Traps is if no one had free cards. Alright. Looks like he doesn't have Abrupt Decay. Yeah, I kind of messed up. I kind of deserved that. I'm probably gonna lose now. Well, maybe not, but that's not great. Rest in peace. Yeah, I could play rest in peace. Alright, let's try and salvage this situation. I think Surgical Extraction might be better than Rest in Peace against his deck if I want to go. And he has 2 Rays of Revelation. Alright, I'm going to start using my Cryptic commands. I don't think I'm too scared about Conflagrate right now. I think I'm just going to be looking to either Surgical Narcomoeba or just Amalgam, I'm not sure. I guess Haunted Dead as well. And Bloodghast. Alright, so he kind of has it all. So maybe I'm just gonna be looking at Surgical Extracting Conflagrate. I need to decide now though. I guess I don't need to. I can let him cast the first Conflagrate. I don't think it makes too big of a difference whether I'm at. Alright, just said go. I'm gonna hold on to my Surgical for now. Might even have to get rid of Haunted Dead. Alright, let's see. We drew as foretold. So I can as foretold living end. And then he can bring back Haunted Dead. And get back all his amalgams. How many guys do I even have? Do I even have that many? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 guys. He's gonna bring back Neonate, potentially Amalgam, potentially. Does he have a fetch land in play? He does not. Potentially Stinkwood Imp, 2 Imps, 2 Thugs. Maybe I just get rid of the Amalgams. Once and for all. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Oh, we have our first round opening, I think, in the chat. What's up, man? You were the Jeskai player or the... What else did we beat? Or the... I think you were the Jeskai playing, right? Alright, I guess I'll just cast Living In. And then I'm probably gonna have to Surgical Prize Amalgam. Ravenous... Oh, he's hard casting Ravenous Trap. That's kind of brutal. Forgot he could do that. That's why he wasn't flashbacking those yeah. He just gets back more guys than I do. And now I don't have Rayman for Conflagrate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. I was gonna say go. Yeah, I think I have to Surgical Conflagrate, right? Because I'm tapped out now. I might be able to win. I think I might actually win this game. It's gonna be real close. They don't have that much reach. You know? Once he doesn't have Conflagrate, what you see is what you get. Alright, you got it. This matchup is hard. And he has free raise and what's that? 4 Ravenous Traps? His hand, he has another trap. I didn't miss any, right? There's none left in the graveyard, none left in the deck. So how many Ravenous Traps is that? 1, 2, 3. Oh no, that's the one I remanded. I'm dumb. And I don't have my water pitcher here. I think they only have one pitcher and it's in the fridge. Might need to run down during sideboarding. Yeah, I don't think he can quite kill me. Oh, he doesn't even have a bunch of imps. Sure, go down to 8. Can he bring back blockers at instant speed? He cannot, right? Alright, I'm just gonna F6. Truckus says, "Hey Gabriel, thanks for streaming Blue Nonsense. How dare you? How dare you call this deck nonsense? But you're welcome." Alright. The one surgical clutch. One has the game. I mean, I know surgical would be insane against him. Whether you get a guy in the early turns or, you know, but I didn't expect to get Conflagrate, to be honest. Now I'm going to be on the draw. It's going to be much harder. He has a bunch of Ravenous Traps. Oh my god. Maybe I want Dispel for Ravenous Traps? It's the only target, but it's a good target. Or maybe I just need to be really careful how many cards I put into my graveyard each turn so he can never cast it for free. I think that's probably a better plan than having this spell in my deck. Getting trolled. Someone hosting me for one viewer. Thanks, man. Alright, I'm gonna think about it while I go get some water. I'll be right back. Were you not dead if he uses Neonate to put 2 Narcos into play? Probably. Timely reinforcement. None of the options are super exciting. What's better, guys? Purge or Timely Reinforcement? Maybe Purge is just better. Yeah, probably Timely. Restore Balance. I don't think Restore Balance works very well in our deck. Alright, I'll keep. Pretty good hand. I mean, maybe I can just go off on turn 3 with this hand and I doubt it, but oh, you know what I should have done probably is just cycle on his turn. Classic dilemmas here. The classic. Alright, he has the nuts here. I actually messed up. I was probably supposed to cycle one, see if I draw Surgical Extraction. I forgot I had that card in my deck. As long as there are no, as he doesn't make an amalgam right away, I'm in kind of okay shape here. He got one. He got one. Let's see. Yeah, maybe Vision was just too greedy. I was probably supposed to Serum Visions and try and find Surgical. ASAP. I'm looking very, very dead this game. Yeah, I should have gone Serum Visions turn one for sure. Oh well. Live and learn. Triple Bloodcast. What deck concedes to Gideon Emblem? I don't think, besides I think the mill deck. I don't think there's any other deck that straight up concedes to. Right, despite our subpar plays, it might still be in business. I don't think that's gonna be good enough, but he even has Haunted Dead in his graveyard. And I don't even have triple blue next turn if I draw. Yeah, I'm just super dead. I guess he only has one. I don't know. I think I'm super dead, but maybe not. Ad Nauseam always has. Ad Nauseam doesn't care about Gideon. I think the mill deck is legit the only deck that loses straight up. I know one time I played against the mill deck, I played Gideon, made an emblem, and he scooped. Oliva says mill normally has bounce. Okay, well, maybe. Oh, Living In doesn't trigger Prize Amalgam. That's cool interaction. Forgot about that. It doesn't come from the graveyard. That's kind of good for me. Helps a bit, I guess. Lantern loses to Emblem and 5 mana Gideon. Yeah, they do. Technically, it's a draw because technically they can get in a spot where they don't get decked, but they can't kill you. But online was the timer. There's nothing they can do. They can also have explosives in their deck. Wait, no, explosives. Yeah. Lantern can needle the 5 mana guy and pirate spell bomb it down. Oh yeah, that's true. It's kind of cold here. A bit cold. I'm gonna freeze on stream. Just found dead. It's gonna be something when someone dies on Twitch. This dude going for the 48-hour stream just passes out and dies on his stream. He's been eating garbage for 48 hours straight and drinking Monster Energies, drinking coffee, just have a heart attack. Where am I? I'm in Michigan. Maybe kill the guys that don't come back. I guess this guy puts back Narcomoeba on top. I guess I'll just block a bunch of Bloodghasts. Maybe I'm not supposed to block Haunted Dead. I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, that's what happened in the last match. You can win, but you need things to go extremely well. You need to combo them and have till Cryptic Command backup. Or draw Surgical Extraction. Honestly, if I play this deck at the PT, I might just have more Surgical Extract. I feel like Dredge might be something that could see a decent amount of play at the PT. Seems like it's been doing kind of well online anyways. Am I just dead on board? Looks like I'm just dead on board. And even if I'm not dead this turn, yeah. Alright. I didn't play optimally and matchup's hard. Deprive in the deck. Some guy played Deprive. He was playing blue and then he played Deprive. I think he even bounced Tolaria West. I think it's okay. I'm actually not playing Tolaria West right now. I have the feeling you might want to not play Tolaria West at all. I feel like you just lose so much time when you're... First of all, I've been mulliganing a bit. I don't know. I feel like playing Tolaria West on turn 1 when you have a Cycler or a Vision is just such a disaster, and you don't transmute that often. Alright. I also wonder if 20 lands is not too many. I think 21 lands is too many. Unless you're playing Bug and Tolaria West and or Ghost Quarter. Maybe you can count those as spells a bit. Idyllic Tutor. You can play Drift of Phantasm, which is just strictly better in the deck if you want to do that. Playing one Drift of Phantoms probably wouldn't be the worst, but probably not good. Do you think Lantern could be amongst the most played deck in Bilbao? I don't think the most played, but you know, when you see how much Canister wins, and when you see Sam Black's recent run was the deck, I think he went 8-0 at the Envy, and then he came in 20th at the GP. That's pretty impressive. You know, it's a pretty skillful deck. It's kind of fun to play. So yeah, I could see a decent amount of Lantern at the PT. Mike says, just got back from first FNM was Buen when 2-1, had lots of fun. Oh, did you find your cards? I know you were missing some living ends, right? IntelliBeam says, I'm at 18 lands. Well, yeah, Greg says Shadow plays 18 lands or 19 lands, and you have, you know, kind of a lot of cantrips. So 20 lands, I think 20 lands is too many. Adrakin says he was running 19 lands in his old version of Blue-Black Living In and was always flooding, but he also had twice as many cyclers as this deck. You were able to borrow one and play those only 3 Living In? Yeah, seems fine. Alright, looks like we're in pretty rough shape here. If he has a Stubborn Denial in hand, this game's gonna be pretty hard. I should have cycled first. What am I doing? Or if he has Discard Spell, it's gonna be hard. Let's see. Yeah, I might be playing some Lantern at some point in the near future. I read Jeff Hoogland's article, by the way, and I didn't really agree with much of what he was saying. But I kind of read it fast, and I was like, nope. Like, he was comparing Ritual to Simian Spirit Guide. I think that was, like, not a good comparison. He was, yeah, I didn't really... He was saying Unbanned Splinter Twin. Sounds kind of awful to me. I'm just gonna go for it here. I mean, I'm sure he has Stubborn Denial, but you never know. Sometimes you have a good surprise. Kind of have to tap out anyways, and then next turn tap out for Curator, probably Chumla. He was saying unbanning Splinter Twin. I felt like Splinter Twin. I always felt it was pretty miserable to play against Splinter Twin. It was just too good. And it won the last PT. It was legal into, right? It won like what, 2 of the or did it win all the modern PTs? Because Estrati won the first one, then the Spanish guy won the last one, and yeah. I actually get one more turn here, and I have a vision coming up. All right, let's see. Looks like he just has another Stubborn Denial, which would not be good for me. Okay, go top and bottom. I get to cycle. I get 7 visions again. Oh, I have Path in my deck. That's right. Oh, I'm in great shape. I'm gonna easily win this game. Easy. Alright, I guess I'm just gonna suspend. Who knows? The game could go long if I draw a white source. McLaren one was Jeskai too, right? Oh yeah, he was not playing Twin, never mind. Sivka one was Eggs, yeah. Alright, but it was still like, I don't know, I thought it was not super fun to play in Splinter Twin and pretty oppressive and kind of warped the format. All right, let's see. Let's start by bouncing his guy. Or tap his guy and draw a card. That was awkward. I think it was muscle memory here. Looks like he has stubborn denial anyways. Whoops. Whoopsie. Alright, planes? Basic planes? No. Alright. That's kind of awkward. That sucked. Not gonna lie. Not good. Alright, that's good though, because we get to try out our awesome sideboard plan in not 1, but 2 games. So... I wouldn't hate boarding out all the living ends, but I feel like that would be a mistake. Oh, looks like Moto is done. Moto, let me board out my street wraith. Hooglin is an idiot. That's mean, and I don't think it's true, but it's so hard to get things right. Like, I mean, I'm sure some of what he wrote is right, but I'm just saying I disagree. I could be wrong. It's really hard when you're putting yourself out there, making prediction, trying to... Alright, that's not good. Please, let me sideboard. Can I bring cards in? Yes. Can I bring cards out? No. I'm going to try and restart Moto real quick. I don't want to concede the match. Let's see if I can make it. Yeah, no need to call people idiots. Also, I should just ignore people who say I just can't help myself. I should just ignore when people say mean things. Do I get a refund for this? Come on, Moto, you can do it. I don't want a refund, I just want to be able to sideboard. Alright, let's... "17 seconds left." Drakehaven, repeal Hercules, recall timely. I'm gonna try something like this. Maybe I should have more living ends in my deck. Ugh, this hand is not the greatest. I'm gonna keep, but that's kind of unfortunate. I feel like I would have won last game if I think the Path to Exile plan would have worked. But I mean, that's what happens. I'm being kind of greedy. I'm only playing very few sources of white. Not that few, to be honest. I feel like I got pretty unlucky to not draw white. I do have like 10 sources of white, and I'm drawing, you know, my entire deck every game. So White Splash kind of looking good so far. I guess it hasn't been super relevant, to be fair. I'm down to 2 living ends, right? Yeah, maybe I'm not supposed to board out. Can't remember what my plan was. Kind of need read cards, I think. Let's go to bottom. I'm not sure if the white's any good so far, if it's helping me or not. I think the white makes sense though. Let's see. Are we gonna get them? Are we gonna get them? Are we gonna get them? Got them, boys. Nimble. Oh yeah, the knee. I haven't been in the knee stream in a while. Alright, everything going according to plan here. Sounds like Jeff is easier to trigger than I am. And I feel like I'm pretty easy to trigger. Alright, he still has 7 cards in hand somehow. Do I run my cryptic command into a stubborn denial? That'd be kind of sad. What about... I'll let him have it. Babucat says Jeff doesn't get triggered. He bans you before. Smart. Alright. I guess this stubborn denial becomes kind of a hard count. Oh wait. Never mind. Can't let that resolve. If I cryptic, he's gonna stubborn. Or I could let it resolve and then I draw a lot of cards, take a bunch of damage. But I draw 1 more card. He didn't mean his island by any chance. That's the dream. Oh. Get him off red. Yeah, getting him off red is okay. Doesn't accomplish a ton. It's probably still better than getting him off black. I'm not even sure, honestly. He might have terminate though. You can't completely get them off black because they have basics. And I don't have spreading seas or ghost quarter. Wait, what? He got swamp? Alright. Looks like he didn't even have stubborn denial. Maybe he plays a version that doesn't play island? Or island is in his hand. Oh yeah. That's a possibility. Still don't know if I'm supposed to suspend visions in those spots. Do you think Stoneforge and BB are fine in Modern? Those two seem okay to me. I don't think Stoneforge is fine. Don't you just get to play blue-white with four Stoneforge Mystics? Just you get to play like Bloodbraid Elf. Bloodbraid Elf might be okay. See, he compared Bloodbraid Elf to Collected Company. Collected Company literally forces you to play like 20 plus guys. Probably you want like 24, 25 guys that cost 3 or less. It's huge. Like when you're building your deck, I mean, it makes a huge difference. Alright, not too sure what to do here. Probably should decide what I want to do before playing my lands. There's 4 cards in hand. I feel like playing a 4/4 is probably okay. Whereas Bloodbraid Elf is like literally no, doesn't even matter. Alright, let's see. I'm just gonna remand my own guy, I think. He's down to 3 cards in hand. I think I'm just gonna go for the card advantage line. Oh wow, I didn't even realize he had 1 more mana left. Alright, good beats. What about Jace? Jace is probably even worse than Stoneforge Mystic. Jace is probably I don't know what else is banned. I guess Hypergenesis was really bad too, right? Probably Jace is on the top of the top of the list of cards you should not unban. New Plan says ridiculous that Jace, Divine Tutelar is banned and Lily is fine. I disagree strongly. Again, Liliana, you kind of have to build your deck around. Alright, he's at free. I guess I'll take it. Oh, fuck. Oh, well, I was dead anyways. Oh, he just had it all. He had... Alright, I guess I was dead no matter what I did. But... I feel like, once again, the path, like, it didn't work out because I didn't draw enough, but... I feel like it's a good sideboard plan. Might need to push it further, maybe more Snapcasters or more purges. I think I draw pretty poorly. I had 7 lands in play and 2 more in hand. I feel like I drew pretty poorly this match. Maybe not. I did get to resolve a vision, but... I feel like I should be seeing more Path to Exiles and more... more Purge, more Snapcasters than I did. Chrome Mox and Red Return. Oh yeah, Chrome Mox, great. You guys... I might just start banning people who say Jace is fine in Modern. You guys are insane. What does her ultimate do? Does her ultimate wins the game too, or... Why is it not showing? Do I not have Jace on this account? Exile old cards from target player's library. Then, yeah, so it's literally a card you put 4 Jace in your deck and then nothing else, and it is a card that's a win con, card advantage, goes unchecked for 1 turn, you lose the game. You guys are just nuts. Yeah, I made top 16 was that card. I don't know, I forgot, it's a long time. I know the ulti wasn't super relevant. Jace the Mind Shelter is just... I mean, isn't it one of the best cards in Legacy? Don't people play it in Type 1? Like, that's a decent indicator. Liliana you can beat. I mean, people on tap with Liliana and lose the game all the time. I've literally beaten Liliana's ultimate with my blue-white deck multiple times on stream. Also, the first, like, if someone activates Liliana once or twice, it's like, you know, if you get to brainstorm twice, game's probably over. Oh, what's this Joker playing? Yeah, oh well. Playing 12 lands. I'm just gonna play no Field of Runes. I'm gonna play 16 basic islands. Nothing else. Looks like this guy's playing Fruit of Breach. Oh, that was bad. Now he gets to Snapcaster Opt if he wants to. Or Snapcaster Bolt. That was like an awful play. Probably gonna get punished. He might not tap out for Snapcaster if he has a remand though. He might play a bit scared. I've been doing pretty well against those blue-red decks overall. Yeah, unbanned Jace. I have, how many do I have? I have 5 Jays. Please, please unban Jace Wizards and I can retire. Ah, he's mana screwed. That's unfortunate. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and counter draw to 2. Oh, did he mulligan into Oblivion? Yeah, he mulliganed to 5. I hadn't realized. Oh, and I just drew the combo. Nice. Z combo. I think I've been doing pretty well when my opponent's mulligan to 5. Mike, thanks for the sub, man. Thanks for the sweet, sweet sub. A few days before Christmas. Getting close to unlocking a next try mode, by the way. I think I'm like probably 10 new subs away or something. What should my next mode be? Mike says now I just have to remember to cancel Amazon Prime again. Is that some loophole? Please don't say that. Maybe I shouldn't talk about it. Thanks for the sub, Mike. Doesn't matter how you got it. Appreciate the support. Please don't do anything illegal or bad to support my stream. Alright. I think we win here. All I have to do is keep one guy back, and I can't even get comboed. Yeah, unbanning Bloodbraid F is maybe not a great idea. People are... I think Sauce is making a... Getting kind of dark here now. Now it's like super bright, too bright. Let's see what my options are. How's that? Looks like that's somewhere in between. A bit better. Like, he could actually still win this game. If he has Cryptic Command, tap my guys, on tap through the Breach Emrakul, he could have beaten me. Alright, Path's probably not the greatest against him. Obstructionist is good. Drake Haven is good. Snapcaster is probably fine. Dispel is great. Surgical is probably okay. Timely Reinforcement might be okay as well. It's pretty good against Path. Let's see. Usually board out Living Ends against control decks, but I don't think I want to board out Living Ends against his deck. Maybe. Probably has Relic. Maybe board out one. Not a fan of these guys either. Against control decks. Recall, Disenchant, Purge, Stony. Maybe one Path or Vendilion clicks. Meh. Sounds medium. New plan, I think your reasoning is flawed. All your arguments against Jason Mind Sculpture are just flawed. It's just a super oppressive card. As soon as you know, if... Oh, man, I don't know. Kind of... You know, it can be great at turn 4. If you played on turn 6 with a counter spell backup, it just does it all. It's a win con that you can play on turn 4, and worst case, it's like you played on turn 4 against a bunch of decks, and worst case, you get a 1-for-1. And then best case, you just untap and win the game. I don't know. Obviously, you know, there's spots where it's 4 mana sorcery is not great, but you're gonna have to trust us. That Chapin's a rap. I knew it. Predictable. Alright, I'll keep. Surprised I don't play Commandeer in my deck? Really? Commandeer? Did that do anything for me? What do I think about Stoneforge Mystic? I think it's probably too good. Stoneforge Mystic Batterskull is pretty broken. Alright, he got rid of Asphartol with his click. Really wish I was at one less life. What am I supposed to do here? Just get my tokens anyway and start racing? I guess I'll get some tokens out there. Interesting. Alright. It's a funny game. Not really what you expect. Maybe he's not playing Through the Breach. Some guy... Which tournament was it? Some guy did really good was Blue-Red Control deck. He was just basically playing Pia, Snapcasters, and Click as his win conditions, and just had like old counter spells and burn in his deck, card advantage. Maybe he doesn't have Through the Breach in his deck. Or maybe it's sideboard Pia, I'm not sure. Alright, so he has 5 guys and I have 6. Let's see. So I can go down to 5 guys, that's still not good enough. Not too sure what to do here. I kind of want to try and get him as obstructionist. Could just attack with everyone. Seems kind of bad. I'm gonna attack with everyone but one. Alright, let's do that. I think getting him with Obstructionist is good. Seems worth it. Oh, he's not falling for it. What do I do here? Do I just have his guys draw a card? You know what? I think I'm just gonna do that. I don't think my Cryptic Command is gonna be that great this game anyways. I don't think gaining 6 life with Snapcaster is a very good plan long term. I think it's kind of spewing value. Also, he had Relic up, right? He could have just sacked a Relic. This game's kind of hard. I have no good options. I didn't tap his team. That was awkward. That was really, really awkward. Okay. I don't even know what I'm digging to. Yeah, I'm not sure what I could have done this game. My hand's just too awkward, doesn't do much. Relic's kind of owning me. I could bring in one Stony Silence against those decks. They almost always have Relic. Sometimes four of them. Surgical's probably not the greatest. He probably has a lot of relics in his deck. Kind of an awkward hand. I'm gonna keep. Classic. Oh, I think we lost. Cast a 2-1. I think it's really bad to cast 2-1 there. Not really bad, but bad. Especially because I have Dispel in hand. I could easily get like value out of my Dispel. But even, you know, dispel an up, dispel and electrolyze again. I don't know, just. Bloodman would be pretty good right now. Pretty sad game. I think I would draw one land in like 4 draw steps or something. Not unreasonable. Alright, let's see if we can do anything this game. What time is it? Almost 5? I think this is going to be it for the stream right now. I'm not sure what my plans exactly are because it's going to vary from day to day. I'm not going to be on my normal set schedule, but I'm going to try stream in the morning. So that's kind of like when I'm my afternoon stream in Paris, like, you know, 9 a.m. US time till noon or something East Coast time. I'm most likely gonna stream twice a day like I used to, and probably just gonna stream a lot because I don't have to take care of like random bullshit. I'm gonna just stream probably as much as possible. So if you guys want to know, the easiest is to, I don't know how it works with alerts or whatever, but follow me on Twitter, follow me here. Um, you know, probably the easiest way if you want to know. That relic is kind of screwing me. Someone was saying Snapcaster is not very good after sideboard because they have Graveyard Hate and you already suffer against Graveyard Hate. It's kind of true, but it was mostly for the Grixis Shadow matchups, amongst others. And they don't have relics. If they have something, it's like Surgical or, you know, Black Spellbomb. Maybe not as bad, but I think they're still okay in the matchups where I want them for the most part. But yeah, maybe not good enough. I don't know what to do here. Kind of screwed either way. Can't get rid of this guy was living in, right? It's not a creature. It's a creature when you cast it, not when it's in play. What can I even draw? I feel like I need to start by playing another Asphodel and then try and set something up next turn maybe. Pull out his land. I don't know, I feel like having access to the white cards is really, really good. It does have a small cost. I'm not sure. Maybe you don't really need them. Maybe it's not worth it. I guess I'll try and dispel that. Nice deck. I will not be trying that deck, but looks kind of cool. No, we don't have Purge. Didn't really see Keranos. I don't even think Keranos is that good. Like, I have 4 Cryptic Commands in my deck. Doesn't seem like a matchup where Keranos should be especially good. Obviously, when I'm stuck on 2 lands when he has 10, looks kind of good. But yeah, no, we're drawing pretty dead. Timely Reinforcement would be nice, I guess. But I can't even back it up. I'm just extremely dead here. Bear some kind of miracle. I'm not even sure why I'm still playing, honestly. Alright. GG's. That kind of sucked. That was a rough league. 2-3. I feel like I ran extremely bad. And played against Dredge. I don't know, I felt like I ran extremely bad overall, but yeah. I'm not sure if adding white is better or not. I need to replay the matchups where I guess I played Death Shadow twice. The white splash was pretty good there. I didn't play against any Scavenging Ooze deck. That's kind of a problem card. I'd probably give it another try tonight. One card I didn't feel like I missed was Tolaria West. Honestly, not sure you want to play Tolaria West in that deck. Just slows you down so much. Stony Silence solved a lot of your problem too. I agree, I wasn't loving the Snapcaster. I feel like they would play out a bit better than they did. So maybe get rid of Snapcaster. Maybe a few more cycling guys. Obstructionist was pretty good. All it is though. Hey, Sendu says Jungle Weaver. I wish. If it cycled for 1 mana, I'd be in. 1 blue, 1 colorless. Yeah, Snapcaster was not great. Could play more cycling guys. I was kind of liking having the Architect of Wills. Could play the Hulks in this deck, I guess. Could still play Sunken Runes as well. But I was hoping not to have to play anything but islands. Veng says this good is really good versus me. Stuff giving it popularity. Why do you play Vengs? That it's so good against you. Could cut a land. I did get mana screwed on my last. Problem with cutting a land is there's a bunch of matchups where you board out Street Race and then you become really land light. Play red white prison. I think I'll give it another run next time I stream, whether it's tonight or tomorrow. I was thinking about cutting a Field of Runes too. Just add even more blue lands, but I'm not sure. Maybe you can't in this version because it actually you use it to fetch your white a bunch. Do I really need Path main deck? Helps a lot of your bad matchups. I think it's really good against the Death Shadow decks. It's really good against Scavenging Ooze. It might be okay against Affinity. Just probably not great. It's probably pretty good against humans. Just killing their turn 1 champion of the parish is a pretty big deal. Buys you, you know, a turn or two. Could play another Purge in the sideboard. Could play another Extraction for Dredge. Could play the 1 Crypt. I don't even have 1 Crypt in this version. I guess I was playing... I don't have Tolaria West anymore. And I was figuring I wanted All Instance was my Snapcaster Mage, but... Second Obstructionist is... no, it's actually pretty good. Second Dispel maybe. Just bring it against the blue decks. I mean the Grixis decks, Grixis Shadow and Control decks. Restore Balance. Oh, Restore Balance is just crappy cards. Alright guys, this is it for now. So most likely my next stream would be either tonight in like 2 or 3 hours maybe. Maybe I'll play 1 league, or probably tomorrow morning, most likely, but I'm not sure yet. But yeah, thanks for watching. Mike, thanks for the sub, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.